Hello, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. Sorry, we're covering for Newen. Hola, hola, hola. Buen día y bienvenidos. Tú es a la montaña con Rick y es siempre por las Splinterlands. Pero primero, café. All right, that's the extent of the Spanish that I got, so we're going to continue in English. But how are y'all doing out there in Twitchland today? Holla at your boy. Let me see some love. What is good? What is good? Let's get my viewer phone up here so that we got the chat. And we are going to have some fun. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and start off with a battle because I'm fiending for some action. Oh, I guess I gotta lock in. Howdy, howdy, Stever. Good to see you in my chat. How are you today, my friend? We got Briar Patch, Earthquake, and 16 mana. No water and no death. So I think... Yes, let's play Mylor. Mylor and Briar Patch, right? That's how that works. I think we're gonna go. Yes, yes, I do, sir. And I have been enjoying her very much so. And thank you for making that happen. I was a little worried when Jim pulled the second gold. I was like, that's gonna change our plans a little bit. So happy for him when he pulled the first one. Oh, that's kind of spicy, actually. Oh, we can't do it. Never mind. We are 1 mana short. What if we go like that and like that? Could that work? I think it could. Oh, no. I don't have a Soul Fiend? Oh, no. Soul Fiend doesn't fly. Oh, no. I'm not searching for flying. So we're just going to have to go rent a Soul Fiend real quick. That's just not going to work without it. Soul Fiend. No, not end. Come on, keep up with my typing here. We are on a truncated timetable. Wow, from 0.49 to 4.3. That's a rather steep jump in price. Yikes. Yeah, I'm with you. He got a lot of my gold cards, too. Alright, now back to Splinterlands and refresh. We got Kitty, Conjurer, Devil, Fiend. Kitty, Conjurer, Devil, Fiend. Kitty, Conjurer, Devil, Fiend. Kitty, Conjurer, Devil. Oh, for real? Oh, for real? You gonna do me like that? Alright, 24 seconds. Let's hope we got the time. What's good, info guides? How are you today? I am wonderful. Conjurer, Devil. What the heck? Alright, I guess we're playing Fiendless. Yep, this is not going to end well. And why does my Conjurer not have... Yeah, that's definitely a loss. Alrighty, well... I feel like with you two, my typical Splinterlands TV discussion of deep dives into rule sets and whatnot is going to be a little bit less efficient because I feel like y'all probably already got an even better understanding of the depths of intricacy in regards to how things work is actually probably a little greater than my own. And let's see. All right, we do have some brawl teams to enter. Let's see who we're up against, because if I'm against y'all's guilds, I don't know if I want to actually be doing any of my battles visibly. All right. All right, I think we might be safe. Alright, so we got target practice, keep your distance in 60 mana. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to play Earth here, but that's all right. Also, I'm not going to have any taunt. That's not the best of all possible situations. Let's see. Helmet could be a good tank. Time Meddler, Time Mage, Runemancer, Atuat. Definitely want the Adelaide. And... oh man, I don't even have an Arbalest. Wow. Yeah, let's go Supply Runner. Yeah, that is not a very strong team. Oh, Captain Katie. Yeah, let's not forget about her. That would be kind of stupid to do. But I really want to have something bigger in the front. I mean, I guess Time Meddler with the slow and having the haste, plus the Biscuit. Yeah, that might actually be my best frontliner. Although he's going to be so weak to magic. That's going to be my big problem here. What I wouldn't give for like an Almo right now. Although actually I don't think that would work for the brawl that I'm in. But hey, at least we get to see some action. And... erg. Okay. He's got the -1 speed on the quicks. But looks like the only thing his Runemancer Atuat's headwinds is going to hit is going to be our own. Oh, I messed up. Big. I forgot about the snipe rule set. Dang. Alright, well, let's just play it out and see how it goes. I don't feel very good about this one. Oh, did she already die and get resurrected? Wow. Yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble indeed. Unless Katie's gonna just start going ham, in which case I'm all for it. Let's do. Let's do. And it's not looking good because she's not gonna take him out. And now she's dead. Yep. Alrighty. Good game, London 420. Okay. Game number 2. We got Melee Mayhem and Earthquake, 19 mana, against Mr. Satan with 200,000 card power. We got no life this time. So once again, it shall be the kitty. This time we are going to go Earth. We're definitely putting Quora back. She's not going to be our frontliner, don't worry. Eek. Alright, what do we got left? Oh, we only got 2 mana left. Alright, well, let's go with 0s and 1s then. I don't have the Fungus Fiend either. Yikes. Too many rentals that have ended overnight, I guess. That's that's a pain. Alrighty, nope, wrong tab. We can actually close that one. We don't need it open for SplinterlandsTV, to be sure. And I don't actually love the fact that Quora doesn't fly here either, but... refresh, because we need that Fiend on the back line. I am suspecting some sneak. Whoa, what is going on here? Let me get back into my battle, please. Come on. There we go. Send it. Okay, Quora grows once. Will it be enough? We do have 2 heals on her, so I'm thinking yes. I don't think that they're gonna have the damage. Yes! Quora is a machine. What's good, Weird Beard? Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today? That's a name I do immediately recognize, of course, but I don't believe I have actually ever had the good luck to have you in one of my streams before. I know it's probably a much better time of day for you now than when I'm typically on. Stampede, Spreading Fury, 46 mana. An opponent has 850 power. No dragon available, so let's go Fernheart. We do want to have our Quora at level 2. And I think Mycelic Infantry is going to be a good frontliner. Actually, no, let's go with Mustang to take advantage of the speed. We can go Quora. We can put Lurker in the back line. No, we don't want Lurker. That's too much mana. No. I could have sworn I had... Oh, wait. I got Mycelia. Mycelia gives armor. There we go. Now I can do a 7 and a 6. Or I could do an 8 and a 5. Or we can do a 9 and a 4. I guess, yeah, let's go Mycelic Slip Spawn, and we can do Isa. Put Quora there. I think that's a pretty solid team. I miss Detroit so bad, man. I'll trade you. You can have the warm and rainy in Florida. I'll take the cold and rainy in Detroit. How's that sound to you? Oh, he brought the Lamacron. Let's hope Quora gets going, because without, I think we might be in trouble. Oh, he's got the Tortizian Chief and the Goblin Psychic Healing. And there's the Affliction. We might... Yeah, I don't think it's a we might be. I think we're in trouble. We're losing another one. Howdy, Kevino. Thank you for joining us. How are you doing today? Yeah, I don't even think we're getting through his grunt. Yeah, that's a definitive loss. Let's just go ahead and skip that and go to the next. Whoa! Alrighty, 1 and 2 so far. I will take my 4 seasons, please and thank you. I agree 100%. That is a big part of the reason why my lady and I, we both kind of got summoned back to Florida at the beginning of COVID. Both of us by families with extenuating and totally false circumstances, and neither of us actually had any intention whatsoever of coming back. So we both kind of feel like we got lied to and pulled back to a place that we hate just in order to meet each other, kind of. All right, we're going to go with Katrelba instead of Quora here because we love that double strike sneak action. And, okay, what is... I just played my Fungus Fiend in the last match. How do I not have it right now? Like, is there something going on with the Fiends just not showing up? Because I should have had my Soul Fiend in that life match also. I'm confused. Like, legit confused right now. Let's put the Chaos Agent in front of Katrelba, the Supply Runner behind. But yo, I'm not liking this at all. Where is my Fiend? Oh, no legendary. Okay, yeah, no, thank you. Wow. Wow, I'm on my A game right now, can you tell? Woo, how'd you miss that one, Rick? Also, where were my thorns on the Morphoid there? Don't tell me I don't have an actual Morphoid. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, good game. We are not starting out this brawl session very well, my friends. We got 4 games to redeem ourselves. How you doing, Marcio? What's good, John? Yeah, you're over in Cali. Not cold, warm, hot, really hot. Yeah, there's other things about California that I don't particularly care for. And to be honest, I can't cover that subject on SplinterlandsTV. Because it's something that hits me a little harder than most. And it's rough. It's rough. Do we want to go Kotrafis over Windeku, actually? I feel like Kotrafis might be the stronger play here. As much as I love me some Windeku. No. 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 What else do we have with both? Oh, we can do Trap. No, again with the... I guess Whistling Damon, maybe? We'll do Riftwing as our snipe target. I like Dampier Stalker. That gives us another 8. So we can go... Actually, you know what? Let's go Gorladon over Arachne. No, because they're both at 3 damage. I like Arachne better. I guess we could throw the Night Ghoul up. No, we can't do that. Man, I really just want to go all melee, kind of. All right. We only... I got Shavi and Badger. And I don't have time to redo my team, so we're just going to run this one. Brother lives near Cape Coral. He loves Florida. I'm sorry that you have... Never. I'm not going to... I do not like Michigan that much, but having the ability to enjoy spring and fall makes it balance out in the end. Would love to move back to Seattle soon. I have never had the opportunity to spend any time in the Northwest quadrant. But I could definitely understand that desire. It does seem absolutely gorgeous up there. And I could totally follow you on that one. And we are definitely getting spanked in this one as well. Yodin taking advantage. I did sell pretty much everything, Lucido Burrito. I never said that I was quitting the game. I sold simply to reallocate my assets into 4-cent SPS. I almost quadrupled my stack of staked SPS. So I didn't sell quite everything. There was some stuff that just sat on the market for a while. I took it off and moved it over to my rental account. And there are a couple of cards that I do still have on this account. But for the most part... Like, yeah, I sold everything, but it was not me leaving the game. It was just reallocating. I saw 4-cent SPS as way too much of an opportunity. Send it. Phantom Kitty. Seems like that could be a winner for us. I don't know. 2 more to go. I wish that I had a lot more disposable income and I could actually get into GLX. It does seem like a good opportunity. We got 36 mana, Melee Mayhem, heavy hitters. We're going to go Kitty, Death, Windeku, Thug. Definitely bring in my Revealer. Okay, I guess we're renting a Revealer. We're going to get him level 4. Ba-da-da-day, ba-ba-ba-ding-ding, ba-ba-ba-da-dee-day. We are tier 3 after this battle. Or no, we're currently tier 2. After this brawl ends, we will be tier 3. Some guy from some mountain or something like that got a wild hair and decided to donate 29,500 SPS to get... Or, sorry, DEC, not SPS, to get through the... Let me finish this team, and then we can talk. Oh, wait, no. We can run trap here. Bring the action. And Demon, yes, I like that. Although I don't like this order so much. I'm going to be feeling really bad if Weird and Warrior just gets snuck out in the first turn without even dropping any armor, but we're going to try it anyways. So all we need right now is 18 crowns to move up to tier 3. When I did it, I swear I thought that we were tier 3 and I was doing it to move to tier 4. So over the few days that followed, I saw on Twitter a couple of people had posted like, oh yeah, we placed 6th in our tier 3 brawl and got 56 SPS out of it. I was like, we took 1st in a tier 3 brawl and we got 28 SPS. How does that make any sense? And then over a couple of days, I realized, oh, no, we're actually tier 2. So that does make all of the sense. And man, if they got double what we got for 6th place in tier 3, I can't wait to move up. All right. Phantom, Titan. Who do we have? Yeah, let's go Isgald, which then, of course, means that we want Deep Lurker as well. I would really love to be able to play... You know what? Actually, yeah, I think we are going to go with the Supply Runner. And then... Oh, no. Yes, yes, we need a back Jira. We need a back Jira. And we don't need him at level 4. We need him at level 2. Bring the action. We did get it, right? Yes, okay. Alright. Refresh. Kitty, Phantom, Volst, Deep Lurker, Supply Runner. No, give me my battle. Create team. Come on, come on, come on. Kitty. Water. Phantom. Volst. Deep Lurker. Supply Runner. Back Jira in the front. And Fiend on the back. Send it. Yeah, Quora is super strong. This is actually the first brawl that I've been able to use her because I always did gold only. So even, you know, I got my first Quora and then over my next 5 Gladius cases, I opened another 4 Quora. So that was kind of crazy. Oh no, with the affliction. I should have brought a cleanse. Should have brought a cleanse. And that miss. Why? Why did you have to miss there, Unicorn Mustang? Like, I wanted you to hit for real because I needed Quora to not get that kill. We are hurting now. I mean, it's still... okay, she didn't get that kill. We might be okay. I still don't love it, though. At least we're going to... Nope, we are not even going to take out that healer. Nope, we're done. Terrible, terrible performance. Oh, thank you, Stever. What's that for? Yeah, I have a very limited supply of gold gold brawl cards, but Catrelba Gobson is a beast. So I still would typically play green because I got Catrelba. I think probably my second or third Gladius pack. I was super lucky and pulled Catrelba, and then I did get a Crash Wanderford and a Coachifus Bane, so I was able to have a few options where I could actually play a Gladiator card. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I was still able to, do some Gladiators, which was great. And then, so got my first Quora, and out of my next 5 Gladius packs, I pulled 4 more Quoras. So, a super, super lucky set of pulls there. And then, even then, it was kind of frustrating, because it's like, okay, well, now I got this level 2 Quora, but I still can't play it, because I do gold onlys. And that was also a factor that I'm not going to say had no bearing whatsoever on my being able to, or my decision to sell and therefore move out of the gold-only brawls and into regulars. But even now, it's a little frustrating because it's like, okay, well, I got those 4 in a row, which was insane, and then I got one pack that didn't give me one, and then I opened another pack and I got a 5th one, and it's like, okay, well, now I have this awesome card that so many people in my guild don't have access to, and I literally cannot use it because I got my level 2, so until I get 5 more, I can't, upgrade my Quora. So, like, this one is just sitting here dead, and this kind of, touches on my whole issue with the Soulbound reward cards. Like, I understand not being able to sell these or anything like that, and that would just make the top guilds just untouchable because all of a sudden you've got maxed out everything for your options for the gladiators. Gladiators, not gladiators. Excuse me. But, like, I would, in a heartbeat, I would delegate this to any of my guildies that don't have one. And I feel like the fact that I can't, like, yeah, okay, I could burn it for 200 DEC. That's really not even remotely appealing to me at the moment. And hello, yeah. I'm not going to say the rest of your name because this is SplinterlandsTV, but nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So, yeah, I can't believe I just got spanked that badly in the brawls. I need to learn how to brawls. Like, I've gotten a lot better with ranked and whatnot, especially with modern. This is my first season ever being in modern. I was wild up until, and then, I just switched over because the goal was push into diamond with Lux only, and have some fun with that. As you can see, we are not Lux only. We do still rock Lux a lot, but I would not be up in Gold 2 without Kitty. Absolutely not. I was raging a lot that first day of playing because I just was getting smacked around with Lux, especially with Lux being my only summoner. So I had to fix some things with that. I've rented some others, as you can tell, and we've been able to find some success. And this one, obviously, my chests look terrible. This entire season was not about the actually earning rewards. It was just because I knew starting from novice we're going to get crap. And so it was just all about try and push at least into gold, give us a strong footing to make a push for diamond next season. And I mean, we're in gold 2 already, so it's certainly a possibility. We got Equalizer Little League. We are absolutely going Tarsa, Rats. Man, I wish I was not losing so much on Serpentine Spy. We're going to go Pixies. We're just going speed here. Radiated Scorcher is going to be the best reach I have. I got nothing in red to play with, man. This is... And really, level 1 year... Alright, we're renting. We can't do level 1 Uraeus. Learn to type. Level 5 Uraeus. Come on. Cooperate, thank you. Boom, 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 boom. You think so, Mylor Zenith? I feel like we're not going to be seeing all that much melee coming in against us. I mean, Zenith Monk is definitely strong, but I'm a big proponent of... Exploding Rats for Equalizer, especially Little League. But, I mean, that is a pretty strong team. I like how our damage is split front and back. We're not going to be taking out the Bilkia. Unfortunately, that camo is going to kind of stop our plans, and we didn't land the poison there. Oh, we don't even have the poison because Mylor's only level 2. The Magic Reflect on the failed summoner was a good call, though. We might be okay. No heals is kind of hurting as well. Oh, no, we got this. We got this all day. Good call, good call. Would have put the neutral healer. What you mean, Spirit Hoarder? The triage? I could see allowing Gladiator cards only being able to be delegated to the guild, and then other players could pull from the guild's shared Gladiator cards. Would need more thought on what pitfalls this might introduce. So, and yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's a perfect solution that doesn't have any problems. I'm just saying that, you know, it does lead to some kind of feels bad style moments like that. And I feel that the same thing is going to happen with Soulbound rewards cards, if that is something that happens, like, similarly to Gladiators. Dwayne had mentioned, and I feel like this would be a strong way to tackle it, that you could possibly have, like, a not changing the reward cards as we already have them to Soulbound, because that would... I'm not a fan of that change. I am a fan of introducing Soulbound to the game in ways, or possibly like behind a KYC wall, so reward cards are soulbound, but rather than, you know, using vouchers or DEC or whatever to unlock them, or being able to burn them only when they're max level, you should be able to burn your cards regardless, because it's still a bad idea to do. But I feel like adding in a soulbound component that you could, like, for non-KYC accounts. That way, you know, real people can still actually use their assets as they desire. Yeah, Daru, exactly what I'm thinking. Like, soulbound until KYC would be a very strong way to tackle that, I feel. And it would, I mean, every possible solution is going to have some downside. That's just a fact. There's no way around it. Like, I understand that there is healer armor. Oh, so you need a cleanse? I don't actually think I have any cleanse in blue. Honestly, yeah, I'm not too huge on the Bakjira there. I think Carnage Titan could be better. Or maybe River Hellendale. River Hellendale to bring back the Lurker would be nice. The new Rift Watchers card that has Cleanse. Which one are you talking about? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I like the Bakjira for the slow, but his lack of damage is... Yeah, I don't have time to change anything. We're just going to run it. And he's only brought one magic user. That is helpful. The speed... Oh, Sea Stalker gets cleansed. Okay. The speed play with Kitty is just so powerful. I don't think I've ever seen anybody play a level 1 supply runner. That was interesting. Like, that card is trash until level 5. Level 5 becomes amazing! Like, straight up, level 5 supply runner is money in the bank. Like, that card is amazing. But until then, he is just not worth 6 mana. And he might in gold. I have not played with a leveled up Sea Stalker, so I actually I'm not familiar with what everything gets at higher levels for Rift Watchers yet. Honestly, I'm not familiar with what anything gets at max level. Rift Watchers, Chaos Legion, Alpha, Beta, Untamed, Dice. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like I'm still learning gold abilities. I don't know diamond abilities hardly at all. But we have fun regardless. Armored Up. Armored Up is a great spot for Dallin. We definitely like you. We definitely like you. We definitely like you. We definitely like you and you. Oh no, so we're at 29 mana already. Okay, maybe we don't like the Lurker so much. Maybe we want to go Windeku. And we can't do Thug, but we can do Shavi. Well, we're gonna give it a shot. You're against KYC giving you battle benefits. Yeah, I get that. I'm 100% that. Return Fire, I don't have anything with Return Fire. Like, I seriously do not have a single card with Return Fire. I couldn't even name a card that has Return Fire other than, of course, Ilthane. Info guides. I have mentioned a few times over the year that I feel KYC should be optional and that those that opt in get bonuses, so those that don't can still play as much as they like, but if you KYC, perhaps your ECR degrades. Okay. I would honestly be against the KYC affecting ECR. I feel like ECR is pretty set. Like, I like the way ECR works right now. I feel like adding in the 50% limit there, and then increasing your ECR burned below that, it was a strong move, and I feel like it worked pretty well. As far as any further changes, I don't know, because that would be a battle benefit. It would be a huge battle benefit because you would be able to play so much more at higher ECR. So I feel like that would not be the best possible solution, although it's not terrible either. I'm with Daru, though, against KYC giving you battle benefits, but the ability to do as you wish with your reward cards, I feel that is something that would be strong. A strong impetus to those who are reticent to provide KYC. I've already done KYC. Most of the players that I know already have done KYC. And like, I fully support the ghost card tournaments being locked behind KYC. I think that was a brilliant stroke, and I think that's exactly the kind of thought that needs to be applied to other aspects of the game. I don't think we have to be like KYC mandatory. I'm absolutely against that. KYC optional, and then have things like your everything being behind there. Breathe, take a sip of coffee, and then collect your thoughts and speak. I feel like KYC as an option with benefits is a strong play. I feel like mandatory KYC kills the game. I feel like, and this is something I posted on my YouTube. I had a big discussion about it on my personal stream last night. We cannot get rid of the bots. Number one, it's not possible. Number two, it would kill the game. If all of the bots were gone today, then we would not be able to get matches. We do not have the player base to support this game as it is split currently into 12 different leagues. We don't have 12 leagues worth of actual players. Without bots, there is no game because there are no opponents. Without bots, the economy would look entirely different, and the paywall to get into the game would be huge, and therefore it would also be nigh impossible to attract new players from the community at large. Basically, in order to even start to play the game, you would have to be a whale. And both of these would have rippling implications that would absolutely be cataclysmic to the game that we know and love. So, even if it were possible, and I will die on that hill that it's not, because look at every AAA game out there that does ban bots and still has bots. There is no way to get rid of them. I feel like the approach that Matt and Aggie have been taking of, we are going to allow them to be here because if you own assets, if you buy a spell book, you should be able to play the game, and we don't want to be in the business of deciding who can and cannot play. That is the correct stance to take, and any change to that would be extremely disruptive to the game that we know and love. But beyond that, it's not possible. If it were, it would still be a bad idea. But limiting their ability to have ridiculous advantage over human players and to extract huge amounts of assets from the game, that is the correct stance to take. Disincentivizing bot farms rather than banning them, I feel like is a very strong play, and there are many ways that we're seeing that play out. And yeah, like, if you do take away the ability for the bot farms to sell cards, they're just going to sell something else. And what are they going to sell? It's going to be SPS. I don't want that sale pressure on SPS. As much as I would like to pick up more even cheaper, like, that would be terrible. And I feel like the cards are honestly the best place to have that. And honestly, that's also helpful for new players getting in. I mean, how many of you have bought an Oceanus for $2? I'll wait. Because, like, that's a huge part of allowing new players to get in, is the bots dumping those reward cards is really affecting the prices of cards, and it is allowing people to take advantage of great cards at lower prices. And I mean, I'd say this with a grain of salt as well, because of course it also affects, our collections. That is what is pushing the values of our collections down. Absolutely. It's not perfect either way, but it's a game. It's never going to be perfect. Like, these are real problems that don't have easy answers. So it's not going to, there's never going to be one answer that appeases everybody. Bought two at around $45. Those were great times. Yeah. I remember when Jin Oceanus was like $40 plus. I knew how great he was then. I probably would have bought one at $45, and I still wouldn't be all that unhappy about it. I think the most expensive one that I bought was $20, but also, and that was the first one that I got, and then I leveled mine up to 2 as the prices dropped and whatnot. And then when I was going to go level it up to 3, I had to sift through 17 pages of max level Oceanus before I could find a single BCX. And those max level Oceanus were like $20. So I was like, well, to heck with it. I'm just going to buy a max level. And then I just sent all my other copies over to my rental account and rented them out. But that would not happen without the bot armies. And I mean, we are seeing changes. I don't know if y'all are aware. Maybe you were. This is kind of what spawned the long discussion last night. But there is talk that the A-Team, the largest bot farm in all of the Splinterlands metaverse ecosystem, whatever you want to call it, the largest of all bot farms, is potentially shutting down at the end of the season. And so if that does happen, we will see what kind of effects that actually has on rewards and many different things moving forward. But also, it raises a question of, well, if they do, I mean, just the main account of that, and we're not even talking about any of the player accounts, just the holding account is sitting at 33 million card power. 33 million card power worth of active rewards cards. Not even talking about Chaos Legion, Untamed, any of the sets, Rift Watchers, Dice, Alphabet. 33 million card power in active rewards cards. So that's... Oh, really? Okay, see, I figured that you would not be able to use the same identity to KYC other accounts. And that is something that potentially needs to be changed then. That needs to be... that is something that needs to be addressed. Because, yeah, KYC should be one person, one account. And I'm not saying you can't have other accounts. Obviously, I mean, I have 3 accounts. I have 3 accounts because I use them all for different reasons. But I'm not going to KYC on my other 2 accounts because, well, number one, I thought you couldn't. I thought it was one person, one account. And so I could do something crazy like, have my fiance, who is never going to get into the game. She's just not into games, period. I could have her KYC one of my other accounts. I'm not going to do that because it feels disingenuous. It feels like a workaround, and I'm not trying to work around the game. I play everything I do, I'm forthcoming with. Y'all like, y'all watched me sell everything. And how many times have I had to say since then that no, I'm not leaving the game. I sold everything because I wanted to take advantage of 4-cent SPS. Like, that's exactly where I'm at. I try and be honest with everything I'm doing. And whatnot. I feel like there's a lot, and I know I'm in the minority there. That there are a lot of people that are here to take all they can and give nothing back. The pirate's life for me. Whitby, I do love your name. I used to live in a town called Whitby. What's good, Cy Leo? Welcome to the stream. Stever, I think bots pushing down prices is worse for new players. In bronze, you get more cards, better for you if cards are worth something. Yes and no. Because in bronze, you get nothing. You get nothing in bronze. Like, it's terrible. Yes, you do get more cards than you used to. But you still, like, bronze is the worst. And I feel like bronze is also... Not only is bronze the worst in terms of rewards, bronze is the worst in terms of gameplay. And a big part of that is the bot farms and their, game theory, perfect teams and everything like that. But also it comes down to, in bronze, you're not even playing the game. You are playing a quarter of the game. Because half of the available mana that you get in higher leagues, you don't get in bronze. I have never once in my life seen a game in bronze between 50 and 60 mana. So that's a huge portion of the real game that you don't have access to. And in bronze, you very rarely have one rule set, let alone two. And that is where the complexity of the game comes in. That is the best part of this game, is the fact that every single game is different because you have such varying availability of mana that you can spend on your monsters, and you have two rule sets, each of which have 35 options. And that's insane. Like, that is a huge amount of variability, and that's what keeps the game fresh and interesting. And that's why bronze is terrible. So for new players to be able to, buy Oceanus real quick and, use that power to be able to fly through bronze and get to silver where the game actually starts. And I understand that, most brand new players coming in are not going to fully grasp that concept, but it is something that the community at large exists to teach about and to help people with. But those cheap cards, to be able to actually build your deck up, that is a big part of being able to bring in new players. If the cheapest cards were $5 when I started, I would not still be here. Like, I was able to build a level 3 chicken for 25 cents per BCX. I was able to build a Mylor for 25 cents per BCX. And it's these cards accruing value over time, which is really the draw of them. It's not, seeing, a $50 card when you first come in the door, and that's something that is currently being printed as a reward card. Like, yeah, we saw that with Oceanus when he came out. Why? Because there was no liquidity. There were no copies of him, just not many had dropped yet. I mean, even looking at, pack cards, right? So I knew when Chaos Legion was being spoiled, when we were looking through the cards, like, the first thing I honed in on is I want Obsidian. And I was already on, going all gold everything. So I want a gold Obsidian. And I knew before the packs were released, number one thing that I am after is a gold Obsidian. So I opened my first few packs. I didn't get one. I bought one. I spent $80 on a gold Obsidian, and I still don't regret that. Because I needed that card, and I built my team around that card. And even watching her drop down to what's she worth now, $15? Like, I could actually build level 4 obsidian for that same $80 almost. But it's... No. 99 mana game in bronze, that happens. But I'm saying between 50 and 60. Like, the higher levels of the not 99, you don't get those. I can't remember the last time I saw over 40 mana in bronze, other than 99. I mean, yes and no, because there is something to be said for cards being valuable immediately when you pull them. Yes. But for someone who is trying to build a deck, I would much rather have access to cards that are affordable and be able to... 'Cause I understand that I'm in the minority of Web3 gamers, and I'm on the low end of the totem pole in terms of what I can put in. Like, especially lately. Now that I've gone full-time content, like, I have no fiat available right now. Like, I'm scrambling to pay my bills. I'm trying to sell assets in other games right now. Again, not to pull out of them, but just because, like, I need to pay my bills for next month. Christmas is coming up, and I got gifts I need to buy. Like, I'm about ready to cut my hair to make some money. That is like where I'm at. So, unfortunately, y'all are gonna see I'm not putting anything in right now, and it's not because of a lack of desire or because of a lack of faith in the game. It's simply because I don't have it. And so I'm trying to just build with what I've already got in the game. And of course, you know, there are other projects on Hive and on Wax that I am using, and I'm earning on them, and I'm taking profit from them and bringing it into Splinterlands, like I have already been. So, I mean, my account is not going stagnant or anything like that, but I feel like I got cottonmouth and I haven't smoked in weeks. Yeah, I'm the wrong gender for that, I feel, Whitby. I'm not even gonna say the word, because again, this is a family-friendly stream, but, yeah, I wish that were a legit option, but, and yes, Steve, I see where you're coming from, that, yeah, you get that insane pull, but that insane pull is still there. I mean, you pull a gold foil coral lurker, and it's still about $200. I don't feel like reward cards need to be that. I feel like reward cards should be cheap while they're in print, because they're rewards cards. People are getting them for free. I have no problem whatsoever with $2 Oceanus. And then once that comes out of print, then we'll see that price start to appreciate. So I absolutely support that, you know, deep U-shaped chart when, you know, cards are introduced, there's no liquidity, they're super expensive, so you still have that opportunity of, oh, I just pulled Oceanus, oh, he's $40, what? You can still get that. You just have to be here at the right time for it. You have to be here when that card is brand new, and then you get that feeling, and you get that opportunity, and then you have the choice of, okay, well, do I sell it to build my deck, or do I use it because it's such a powerful card? But then over the next couple of weeks, that's gone. If you sold it, okay, now you can buy it back. You can buy a max level for what you sold your single copy for, and that's the opportunity that is presented there. Or if you sold it and then filled out your collection with other stuff, that's that opportunity as well. Just like with the rotation. I'm not a fan of rotating sets. I am a huge fan of the opportunities that rotations provide. I feel like that initial card spike is going to be even bigger for Rebellion because there's going to be people that have a lot more liquidity because they sold a lot of their Untamed and Dice as they're rotating out. I am not going to be that person. I'm going to be the one on the other side trying to scoop up the cheap Untamed and Dice cards that as the liquidity floods the market because modern players can no longer use them. And I feel like this first one is going to be a very interesting opportunity to see how that actually plays out. Not sure the game was easier to build when you could pull a $100 card from a chest. Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm saying. Like, I feel like, because you still do have that opportunity, because you can still pull a pack from the chest, and then you open the pack and you get that $200 card. But I feel like the cards that are in the chest themselves, they don't need to have that super high potential price tag. And I mean, you even still could. I mean, what's a gold Oceanus going for right now? Let's actually look at rewards cards, gold foil only, no, market, not cards. Let's find the something that is still going and see where we're at. Okay, it is Oceanus. And he's still, you know, you could still pull a $30 reward card and then put that into, you know, dollar summoners, $2 summoners. All right, Whippy, have a great night. Thank you for joining us. And so, yeah, I mean, you can still get that opportunity. It's still there. It's lower, to be sure. I'm not saying that, you know, but I don't feel like you need to be able to pull a $40 legendary from a chest. I feel like just being able to pull a pack from the chest and then pull a $200 legendary out of that is you know, still and yeah, I understand that has also gone down with the regular pricing. Like, I'm not super disagreeing with you here. Like, it is nice to have that opportunity to just, you know, pull something game changing, whether just in and of itself or through the opportunity of selling and reallocating. But also, I mean, the fact that we're getting so many more cards now is a big part of that. When Oceanus was $40, you were opening maximum 12 chests a day. And that was champion players, right? I mean, when Oceanus was introduced, we still had quests that were win 5 games with this Splinter. So there were a lot less cards being opened when the cards were so high priced. And again, I feel like that's just, you know, maybe you could make the argument that well, the print runs are too high. I'm not prepared to argue for or against that one. I see it as, you know, the gain comes through playing over time, through waiting for these cards to become unavailable, for the supply to dry up. It's time in the market, not timing the market. I know that phrase is being thrown around ad nauseum lately, but that doesn't change the fact that it's 100% true. Like, I don't feel like you need to have a $40 legendary in a chest to be excited by opening your chest. I feel like the accumulation of value needs to come through time and attention, through playing the game and through holding your assets while they print out and then deflate. Because, I mean, we all know how it works. They all get printed, there's too many copies out, and then they continuously get leveled up and blended and burned. People quit the game, so they are removed from circulation. You know, whatever happens, somebody loses their account, they can't get in anymore. All of a sudden, all those cards they're not burned, but they're effectively burned. So, sorry about that. I feel like there's still a lot of opportunity in this game, and that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still playing. I still love this game, regardless of what the prices on the cards are. But I feel like the ability to build an effective deck without, having to mortgage your house to do it is a strong part of recruiting new players. Because even if I had a few $1,000 disposable income, you know, whether that, sinking a few $1,000s into the game to get a decent silver deck versus sinking a few $1,000s into the game to have a competitive diamond deck, one of these things is a whole lot more appealing. And I'm happy with card prices where they are right now. I feel like it's a good thing to be able to, max out commons for a couple of bucks, max out rares for only a little bit more. If anything, I feel like there needs to be more summoners. Like the fact that the cheapest summoner available at all, I mean, wow, General Sloane's actually less than Vera Salacia. Wow. Okay, that was not expected when I looked at this. I mean, the fact that the summoners are so required, like literally required, is oppressive, honestly. Like, when I first started playing the game, I didn't realize that. And so, like, one of the first things I did was I knew I loved Nectar Queen. So I built a level 6 Nectar Queen. And I have never in my life played a level 6 Nectar Queen. Like, I've been here for a year and a half. I've still not played that card at max level. So there's a lot of intricacies to the argument. And I'm not saying that any of your points are invalid, because they're not. They're very strong points. I'm just saying that there's also very strong counterpoints. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm right, you're wrong, ever. That's... unless you're telling me the sky is green or something like that. Also, forgive me, my head space is a little jarbled today. I normally don't remember my dreams, but I had a terrifying nightmare that woke me up from a dead sleep. Cards are not getting more into this game, but cards are also not keeping people out of this game. And that's something that I feel like, yeah, we need to entice new players to join. And that is something that I've been saying for a long time, new player experience. I know Weirdbeard has also been very much on the new player experience. And, we're not the only ones. There are plenty of people who have been calling for this for a long time. And I'm glad to see that the team, put it on that, things we're working on for next year list. I mean, they're still there. I mean, you look on Twitter and there's somebody who has opened 6 packs in the last 3 days and last 2 days and pulled 6 legendaries. And like I responded to him today, is like, I want to be jealous. Like, jealousy is trying to rear its ugly head, because in 2 days you have pulled more legendaries than I have in a year and a half. And I'm not being facetious about that. That is straight up facts. Like, I have pulled a grand total of 5 legendaries from packs, and this man just pulled 6 in 2 days. That's, it's still there. It doesn't need to be every legendary at that insane level to, you get those lucky streaks. Or except for me. I don't, obviously, but the fact is, we need to. It's not going to be expensive cards that draw people in. It's not going to be cheap cards that draw people in. I think that expensive cards would push people away. Cheap cards, not so much, because it's not like we don't still have the expensive cards. I mean, you can see cards listed for, $250,000, and granted, there's no liquidity at that level, but Oceanus is a top of the line card, absolutely. Absolutely. There's no disagreement there whatsoever. But being able to buy that top of the line card for $2 per BCX because you are here at the right time is also something that is important, because you need to reward players who are here at the right time. And another argument that has been put forth is maybe instead of having print numbers for reward cards, make them time bound so that there's certain cards are available for this time, and then if you're not here during those time, you don't get them. Like, I support something like that as well. But I feel like the way that reward cards are going right now is actually pretty solid. I feel like, yes, we do need to invite more players to the game, but messing with the economy is not necessarily the way to do that. I feel like that comes down to marketing, gameplay, draft mode, like adding more reason to play is going to come from the playing side of things, not the earning side of things. If we focus on the earning, that's how we get more bot farms. If we focus on the play, that's how we get more players. So, yeah, play and earn more than play to earn. We want players, not earners. If the only reason that you got interested in the game is because you saw somebody open a $40 card, you're here for the wrong reasons. If the reason why you are playing is because you like the game, and yeah, sure, you can make some money off of it, especially in the long run, but if you're here because, I spent $10 on my spell book, I earned $30 this week, and I have an opportunity to open a $100 card, 100 times a week, that's not it. That's exactly where the problem is stemming from. So we need to have cheap cards and expensive cards. And the expensive cards don't need to be the ones that are currently being given out for free. The expensive cards need to be the ones that are harder to get. Legendaries from packs, gold foil legendaries, old cards that are no longer in print. Those are the cards that should have their value. I don't feel like we need to have that super insane value in currently printed rewards cards. I feel like those prices should be low. Everybody should have access to those cards because that is your reward for being here now, for playing now, for being involved in this game and taking advantage of those opportunities now. That is not, your draw for I want to make money right now. It's I want to get what I can right now, and I want to continue as right now changes to right now in the future. Then what is going to be available at that discount changes right now. And that is exactly the kind of player that is going to grow this game, rather than, I spent $10 on my spell book and within 4 days I pulled a $40 card. So I sold it and took my profit, and now I've moved on to something else. Because that's a lot of times what is going to happen. If I make 5 times my money on a game, I take it out. I don't necessarily take all of it out, but there are other games out there where I have made a significant profit within a few days, weeks, and now I'm not interested in actually playing anymore. Then it's just, okay, well, I'm going to take the majority of it out. I'm going to leave some of it back to continue earning a little bit. But now I'm not interested in really, maximizing my contribution. It's just, okay, that's more things I can take and put into the game that I actually care about, which is Splinterlands. Like there are other projects on Hive where I've more than 5x'd, and now, I don't even care about the project anymore. I collect passively, and much like I'm doing with GLX, I'm not going to name the other projects because they're not Splinterlands related, but those of you who follow my personal stream know. All we can do is foster those that cross our path and hope they don't lurk Discord before they know it's FUD Central. Lols. Yeah. So, like, with GLX, every day I get an airdrop from my staked SPS, and that was a big part of the reason why also that I made that move into 4-cent SPS is because of GLX. And I like GLX. I don't intend to actually get involved in GLX. I don't have the funds to really, put into it to try and make a stab at it. But, every day I take half of the GLX that I earn and I stake half of it. And then the other half I pull out and it goes either into SPS to get staked, or SPS to go into the liquidity pool with DEC, or DEC to go into the liquidity pool with SPS. It is all going into earning me more SPS. And that's the same thing I'm doing on those other projects. Taking those passive rewards, and it's going into Splinterlands. Because if all you do is, hop in and make an insane profit right away, well, you're not really interested in putting any more into it. You're interested in, trying to grow elsewhere, at least for me. And I understand, not everybody shares that same sentiment. Maybe some people are like going that much harder, but I don't do that because I've already also learned that, when you make that massive profit and you put it back into something, that's usually going to go down, and then you're going to lose everything that you just gained. The only way to keep it safe is to take it out. And so having that, insane $40 legendary that's not even a gold foil, and then that $200 or that $150 gold foil legendary that you can pull out of a chest that you got for free, that is going to disincentivize continued play in the game, because it is going to encourage people to take their profit and get out before they start losing. And again, more money for playing the game gets more to join, that gets other cards to go up more, and so on. But no, because more money for playing the game only brings in those who can afford to play the game. Because if coming in that, this I can pull this $40 card, but if I don't have a $300 deck, then I can't pull any cards because I can't earn any rewards. That is absolutely counterproductive. That is going to drive people away who are here for the gameplay. Like, Splinterlands is one of the best games of all of Web3 gaming, but also is one of the easiest to get into. I mean, you can play with a $10 spellbook. You don't need anything beyond that. And that is something that is intentional from Matt and Aggie. They don't want it to be a game where you have to, pay a couple of $1,000s to get in on the floor. And they still have those super expensive cards. The Wakas, the Luxes, the Roonies. Like, there are still those opportunities for those who have, commas in their bank account to throw around. But if you make it to the point where the floor to get involved is higher, then you are actively dissuading new players from playing who don't have that kind of liquidity. Like, if it cost $1,000 to start playing this game when I joined, I would not still be here. And that's, a big part of this discussion that I feel is not really being considered by a lot of people. Right now, when you pull rewards, you get cards that are all worth a few cents for weeks, and then you pull that one legendary card. It's super low. It is hard to get hooked. If you're hooked on the rewards, you're here for the wrong reason. I am not hooked because of opening chests. I am hooked because of the depth of strategy in the gameplay. That's why I'm hooked. It is the game that has me addicted. It is not the rewards. If there were no rewards, I would still be playing for the game. And that is the kind of player that we need. And that kind of player is not the one that comes in and is able to spend $40 to buy Oceanus a single BCX. That is not that player. Those players are here for money. They're not here for the game. And that also means that they're here for a good time and not for a long time. All they want to do is pull that money and then liquidate. That's it. If your primary consideration when you are pulling cards or opening cards is how much is it worth, I don't feel like this is the game for you. I don't feel like that is the kind of player that we want to attract. My primary consideration when I open cards is, how does this affect my deck? I don't care what it's worth. I'm not selling it. I care how it is going to affect my future play. Same thing with Magic. I opened cards in Magic. It wasn't about, oh, can I pull a $100 card this time? It was about, how can I improve my deck? What cards can I get that other people want that I can trade into the things that I need? And that part of it, yes, does come in, but it's how can I build my deck? And yeah, some of that is going to be from pulling a more expensive card, selling it, and buying less expensive cards. But if you're hooked on the rewards, it's not the right place for you, especially with the way that things continuously change on the rewards front. Like, there's so many ups and downs, so much that changes, and it's the gameplay. That's what's constant. That is what I'm here for. That is what I feel like the team is trying to attract. We want more players, not more earners, and I feel like that is the correct way to approach things. So thirsty. And Stever, I would absolutely love to have an actual conversation with you, like either on this stream, I got 38 minutes left, or one of my streams, SplinterlandsTV personal stream, anytime you're available. Like, I have gone 24/7 full-time content, and I would absolutely love to, to have an in-depth conversation with you on this or any other topic. So let's make it happen. And that is actually pretty much an open invite to everybody. Like, I'm doing a lot more collaborations, working a lot more with other people, and I'm very much enjoying it, and would love to really have these kinds of conversations with anybody. Because I feel like everybody has a unique viewpoint and something to offer to the game. And that's the problem, is there's not enough people finding the game. But that's because we've not been focused on new player acquisition. And I don't disagree with Aggie's stance of, well, let us fix the game, let us fix the economy, and let us get further down our roadmap, and then we can focus on the new player experience. And the reason behind that, he says, because they don't want to, make a full tutorial and then have to change everything about it because things are so in flux right now. I understand. I kind of disagree with the kicking the can down the road as far as new player experience, especially with the way it is right now. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible new player experience. And that definitely needs to be fixed, but that's how we get new players in. If Splinterlands as the company, the team, is looking at card prices as the primary motivator to get new players, that's not going to work well. That's not going to work well for them. It's not going to work well for the new players. It's not going to work well for the game. It's not going to work well for anybody. The ones that we need to be attracting are the ones who are here for the game. And the way to do that is by advertising the game more than the earnings. And that is how we grow the ecosystem, the game as a whole. That is how we get people who are going to be here long term. I mean, Stever, when you started, what was the first thing that you loved about the game? And yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not talking about advertising. I'm talking about fixing the new player experience. Bronze is trash. Advertising will not help. Bronze is trash. We need to fix bronze. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You need to make it so that there's actual gameplay in bronze. Have a tutorial that actually works and possibly does, that's how you get. But what was the first thing that you loved about it, Stever? That's what I'm asking. Like, I understand you're OG, you've been here longer than Matt Nagy. Like, I know that. But, like, what was the first thing that you fell in love with about Steam Monsters? What is it that hooked you in? Because, I mean, before beta existed, were there any $100 cards? And that's a legit question. I'm not trying to make a point here. I'm actually asking because I don't know. Community? And okay, yeah. That is another strong part is, we need to absolutely not turn our backs on the community because the community is the best part of this game. As much as the gameplay is, what hooked me in, the community is really, really the best part of this game. You pulled Lord Arianthus, gold foil, twice. I'm just going to walk away. And, okay, yeah, you sold them for a bunch, but you didn't take it out. You bought a ton of cards, but that was because you were already here for the game and not for the money. You didn't join because you saw somebody pull a gold foil Lord A. And when you did sell them back then, how much were they worth? Because I know it's not what it's worth now. Well, actually, I know you didn't pull a Lord A from Alpha. Like $75. Yeah, see? Like, and that was for a gold foil legendary. $75. Is that more than the Oceanus is now? Yes. Absolutely. But, I mean, it's comparable. And back then you could buy a lot with that. Why? Because prices were low. Just like right now, you can buy a lot with that $40 from that gold Oceanus because prices are low. Let's take a look. Okay, back at Summoners. So, what did you turn your $75 into? We'll compare that, like relative card prices. Yep, packs were $2. Packs were $2 all the way up until Chaos Legion. Where I got disenchanted is where new card editions kind of started devaluing old ones. I think the new editions would be cool if we had new players and to absorb the cards and keep gameplay fun. Yes, new players need. That's absolutely. I agree with that totally. Except, well, I agree with the second part totally, John. I disagree that new editions have started devaluing old ones. I feel like Lord Arianthus is still the best tank in the game. Period. End of story. Bar none. I will probably never own this card. I will probably never get to play this card. I have still never won a match where there was one of these on the other side of the field. It has never happened. Yeah, that's pretty comparable to where we're at right now. With if you sell that Oceanus, that gold Oceanus for $40, you can buy summoners from. Okay, we're not going to talk about Rift Watchers because they're epic, so they're a little bit more obviously. But no, we don't need common. We need summoner here. But the fact that you can buy General Sloan for $1.12 and you said from 4 to 6. So yeah, there you go. That $40 would get you from 4 to 6. It's almost exactly the same thing. Flesh Golem is still OP. Don't get it twisted that's gone down with Chaos Legion. No, absolutely not. Flesh Golem is still OP. 25 BCX to move Sloan from level 4 to level 5 will cost $27.62. Affliction wasn't new for Chaos Legion. Affliction existed before Chaos Legion, I believe. Okay, so I will give a point to the argument of Malric versus Tarsa. I will give a point to that. However, yeah, more cards have. That's what happens when you introduce new cards, man. Like, that's period, end of story. That is not Flesh Golem losing value. That is a changing meta. That is required for the game to not be stale. Like, you have to have a changing meta, otherwise nobody plays next year. Like, yeah, that is something that in any card game you are never going to find one where things just stay the same, because you can't. You have to have a changing meta. It's just like, Shield Bearer used to be better because there wasn't an ability called Fury. There wasn't a summoner that gave Scattershot. That's just part of changing meta, and that's always going to happen. That is not an argument against the game. It's not devaluing older editions. There are certain cards that get affected by meta shifts, yes. But if you look at the average value of Alpha and Beta versus Chaos Legion and Dice versus Untamed and Dice versus Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers, the older cards are worth more. Across the board, hands down. They're not devalued by the newer cards. And, I mean, prices fluctuate. That's part of any economy. You look at Magic the Gathering, the same thing happens, right? You have certain cards go up in value. You have certain cards go down in value, because that's how markets work. You don't have anything that's going just up. Even Lotus, it has gone up. And you know what? I was a player in Alpha and Beta Magic. Okay, Beta, not Alpha. I started in 94. game came out in 93. But I owned a full set of Alpha. And you know what? When I owned a full set of Alpha, Black Lotus was not worth anything because we didn't understand how broken of a card that was. You felt robbed when it happened? You shouldn't have. You feel robbed if you don't have the card anymore. Card values go up, card values go down. That's what happens with a shifting meta. It is not the new cards devaluing the old cards. It is the meta shifting. Would you feel better about it if your Flesh Golem had gone down in value even further because nobody was playing the game? Right? If your Flesh Golem went to 0 because new cards got introduced and everything had heal. Like, I feel like your argument is not disingenuous. I don't feel like you're trying to mislead anybody, but I feel like you're on unstable footing with it. I feel like it's definitely... Chaos Legion packs start burning December 1st. If you brought out the cards with the same stats and printed 10x, then yeah, that would. But show me one instance where they reprinted the exact same card. Show me one. I don't think you can. I can't point to any. There are cards that are similar, and that is also important. Just like in Magic, they have certain cards that are evergreen. Like, they will always make sure that they are printed recently to be legal in Standard. And that is a good place to be. Because these are cards that are essential for gameplay and for the health of the meta. And so they need to be easily accessible. And yeah, that I also think is something that is good for Splinterlands. Like, there's, I mean, again, I'm not saying that you're, trying to mislead anybody or anything like that. I just feel like your position there is a little emotional because it's something that affected you personally, and we're talking about one specific card, but you're trying to apply that argument to the game as a whole when, yeah, okay, Flesh Golem might have gone down in value, but the set has absolutely gone up in value. I mean, I could feel the same way about Obsidian. Like I said, I bought that gold Obsidian for $80. Gold Obsidian is currently worth... $16.45. I'm still not upset about that. Like, I bought that card at $80 because I knew that I wanted to build my deck around that card. And then, a couple of days after that, I had my girl open some cards, a couple of packs for me. She opened 3 packs of Chaos Legion. And even though I already had one, I told her, all right, the card that we are going for, and like I visualized it with her and everything. I was like, you're gonna click on it, and it's gonna flip over, and it's gonna be a green background, and this chick holding the staff with her hand out. It's gonna say 4 mana, and it's at the bottom. It's gonna say +1 on a cloud. And I was like, that's the card that we're looking for. And then when you flip it over, it's going to turn gold. And on the 3rd pack she opened, we got a gold Obsidian. And also a Grund. Like, I'm not saying that I haven't... Okay, you bought Waka for $2,000 and you're upset about it. That is a better argument, but... still not a good one, because while yeah, he did not turn out to be nearly as powerful as people were imagining, and his price has dipped severely. Let's actually take a look at what he's worth right now. $400. If it is selling for more than you paid, it has increased in value. Yes. And some things do, some things don't. But I bet you if the game is still around in 10 years, you'll turn a profit on Waka. And he's still not going to be a super insanely good summoner. But, and I do feel like one of the main draws of Waka was kind of trampled on by Lux. That being the, single BCX max level summoner. I understand that. However, Waka was the first promo summoner. Like, they're the first of that kind, the max level. So, that cachet, even if he is not the best summoner, and I will say that he will never be the best summoner in the game, but I feel like his value will increase over time. Absolutely. I feel like he may become a better summoner in terms of gameplay over time as well. And yeah, that is absolutely correct for the most part. However, if you know that this is a card I'm not buying for appreciation, I am buying for my deck. I am buying to improve my ability to play and earn via that. I don't care that my first Obsidian has gone down almost 80%. I don't care. Why? I bought that Obsidian for a reason. That reason was to play the game. And you know what that Obsidian did for me? It helped me to focus on my build, to put together a green deck that took me from low silver into high gold. That $80 was well spent regardless of what it's currently worth. Because what I have earned off of that $80 investment has more than paid for it. And I feel like that is the part of this conversation that you are missing. Sure, your flesh golem may have gone down in value. But how much have you earned off of your flesh golem winning? How much, you know what? Let's not even talk financially. How much have you enjoyed playing your flesh golem? That is the important part of this concept. And that's why I'm talking about we need players, not earners. Because if your only consideration is this card going to be more valuable tomorrow, or in a week, or in a month, or in a year, then you're not here for the game. And if you're not here for the game, then you're not adding to the game. That's really what it comes down to. I quit playing the game because I don't like losing so much. And I understand that as well. So that's the problem, is you're not here for the game, you're here for the money. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but that's setting yourself up for disappointment. I mean, my collection has absolutely gone down in value significantly. I have turned magnificent profits on some cards, but overall, things have gone down significantly. I don't care, because I'm here for the game. And just the fact that I still have value in those cards. Unlike Magic. I literally just sold my collection. And I got $265 out of over 10,000 cards. Like, that part of it hurts. And there's thousands of dollars that I put into, regardless of what the cards are actually worth. And obviously, in Splinterlands, when you sell your assets, you get what they're worth at that market rate minus 5% market fees. I definitively sold more than $1,500 worth of cards, and I got $265 out of them, because that's what you have to do in order to liquidate those cards in a reasonable amount of time. I tried selling to other collectors where I would get a better return, and it just wasn't happening. You think you're gonna buy a walk up for $20? I think you're smoking something. You think you're gonna get a gold obsidian for $5? Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Why did I liquidate those? Because I have bills to pay and because I don't get to play Magic anymore. I still have my decks. I sold my collection, but I have bills to pay. I don't have a job currently, and unfortunately, as much as I love full-time content creation, it's not covering the slack. Like I got my hours cut at my job over the course of a month from, full-time 5 days a week to 0 hours on the schedule. And I was like, okay, well, I can spend the next couple of weeks running around like mad, bowing and scraping and trying to find a job to go to another place I hate and work like a slave to make someone else's dreams come true. Or I can take this as an opportunity and work on... I never said I didn't think I'd see a $16 gold obsidian. I said I bought mine at $80 and I was happy to because I didn't care about the value of it. I cared about the value it was bringing to my deck. Please don't misquote me. Nothing infuriates me more than that. I did not say anything about the future price of obsidian. I said I got it at $80, and I was confident that it was going to go down. I am also confident that we will see in a few years obsidian at a profit from $80 for a gold. I'm not salty. I'm just telling you straight up. Like, if you're going to try and use my words against me, use them correctly. I don't think you'll ever see a $5 gold obsidian. I don't. I could see it going down further, maybe 12, maybe 10. I don't think you're going to see 5. Could I be wrong on that? Absolutely. Does it change my outlook? Not one bit. I still think in 10 years, a gold obsidian is going to be worth more than $100. As long as the game is still here. And that's the entire crux of the argument that I'm making. It's about time. As long as the game is still here and continues to grow, these older cards will continue to accrue in value because there are less of them than there are of the new cards, and there will continue to be less and less of them as they continuously get burned to level up others. So, yeah, I absolutely believe that your cards, which have gone down in value now, will go up in value again once they are no longer in print. Look at these cards, the ones that you can't get anymore. Yeah, Lux is down, Waka's down, because they were very expensive when you got them. Waka doesn't see much play, and I mean, Lux is honestly not very down. If you consider the fact that most people got Lux for $700, the fact that she's sitting at $669, that's almost imperceptible. And yeah, she is absolutely going to be over $1,000 in a year. 100% believe that. And yeah, not financial advice. I'm saying what I believe, not what you should do. Thank you for that. I thought Lux would devalue Kelia. And you haven't seen that, have you? I mean, Kelia is still the best summoner out of the Chaos Legion rares. And I think that's also a part of, why Flesh Golem has lost some value, is because Flesh Golem is simply not the best tank for the meta that Green has. Green has 3 tanks that are generally superior to Flesh Golem in most circumstances. Unicorn Mustang, Mycelic Infantry, Mycelic Slipspawn. In every situation I can think of, with the single exception of if you're running Llama, one of those is going to be better than Flesh Golem because of the team that Green has. And that's, I mean, it's not nothing. Like, with Llama, yeah, Flesh Golem is absolutely better than Mycelic Infantry, Mycelic Slipspawn, and Unicorn Mustang. He's still not without use. His use has been downplayed a bit, and also part of that value loss has come from the fact that he is not playable in Modern. That's how rotation works. But Wild will be bigger than Modern when Wild is bigger than Modern. Like, that is going to happen. You have a lot of people who don't like rotating formats. I'm one of them. And would rather be able to play all of their cards. And that is something I believe we are going to see huge fluctuations in prices of cards when they rotate out. Cards will drop immediately as we approach Rebellion's release. And then after Rebellion's release, you will see a lot of Modern players liquidating the cards they can no longer use in order to be able to increase the value of their deck. Again, even if they're selling for less than they bought for, they would rather take those assets and put them into the cards that they can actually play. Because those who are here for the game and those who are here for the rewards that they can earn will want to continue to build their Modern deck to be more powerful. And then those who are more interested in the Wild side of things will be taking advantage of that. That's just a natural part of the economy, and it's an important part. I absolutely in favor of the Modern and Wild split. I do think that it shouldn't have happened yet. I think that right now we should still be all Wild, basically. I feel like if Modern had been introduced with Rebellion, then number one, it could have been done better, because having Chaos Legion out for months before the split happened, that was a mistake. And I feel like the fact that Modern, currently the only thing that's not in it is Alpha and Beta, is also that it should have been pushed down. Should have been with Rebellion, like release day of Rebellion, Chaos Legion is no longer in Modern, and that is the first day of Modern. I feel like that would have been a better way to do it, but we're already across that bridge. We can't go back now. I still think that the difference is going to become much larger when Chaos Legion becomes Wild only, and is going to actually make a difference between the two. Because right now, really the only difference is chicken and ooze. I mean, being realistic, yeah, there are a lot of other cards in Alpha and Beta that are really good. Flesh Golem, Cerberus, Undead Spirit, Lord A. Like, there is a lot of power there that you no longer have access to. I'm not saying that there's no difference. I'm just saying that for the majority of players, the real difference is just chicken and... yeah, missing BCX tool is definitely super one. And there is not enough Lux supply for everyone. Absolutely not. And Dalai Lama... yes, in terms of her abilities, it's 1 extra mana for 1 extra health, but that is not Lux's utility. Lux's utility is that you have a 5 mana summoner that you can play in every possible rule set except for one. The only time you cannot play Lux Vega is in Little League. And with Lux Vega, you can play every other card that you own except for the Dragon Splinter. And I feel like that is... exactly what their intent was. I feel like that has played out 100%, and it is a beautiful thing. The fact that, like Jim, my guild leader, a big community member, I know a lot of y'all know and love Jim. If you don't know him, check him out on the schedule. He's here on SplinterlandsTV a couple times a week. He's also on my stream every Monday night, most Monday nights. He's with Dwayne Cunningham on his channel a lot. Like, he took the opportunity of Lux Vega to sell most of his collection to get gold Lux Vega so that he can then build a gold-only deck to handle Diamond League gold brawls for our guild. And he can do that with 1 summoner. Actually, 2, because he's also got quicks, so that he has something to play in 4 mana matches. And then he has once come across the point where he does not have a summoner to play. Because if you happen to get Little League with no dragon available, then he just doesn't have one. But the fact that she can cover 99% of all gameplay using only one summoner and you don't have to level her up, that is what Lux Vega brings to the table. The fact that she's got 1 speed, 1 mana, or 1 health, and 1 armor, that's just icing on the cake. In all honesty, I would play Lux Vega as a 5 mana neutral legendary max level summoner with no abilities whatsoever. Just like Kretch Talivor. At 3 mana, he has no abilities whatsoever, but he is a dragon summoner, and he is epic, which means that if he is level 7, or no, if he is level 5, you can play level 7 rares in gold. And that is something that no other summoner brought to the table. Okay, I guess the old 2 mana ones were dark. All right, so there were more epic summoners I forgot about. But also, like, I love Xayah Seachan. Xayah Seachan is something that I rent all the time. Because if I get 12 mana, like, my first thought, 12 mana water's available, I know what I'm doing. I'm going Xayah Seachan, Phantom of the Abyss. Period, end of story. It is I believe, the best possible team to put together for 12 mana. And these epic summoners, they have a built-in advantage that if you level them up properly, you unlock something in gold that no other summoner can bring. Rares can't do it, legendaries can't do it. Rares and legendaries will both lead to you having a max level of 6 in gold for rare cards. And this is a super niche case. This only matters if you're in gold. But at the same time, it is huge because if you start looking at rares and the abilities that they get at level 7, a lot of them are game changing. A lot of them are not. A lot of them just get a stat, but sometimes even that stat is game changing. But there are a lot of rares out there that becomes significantly better at level 7. And so if I have a max level copy and you have a max level copy and you play a legendary summoner and I play an epic summoner, my rare is going to be better than your rare just because of what the summoner allows. This is something that a lot of people know, some people don't, but every single one of these guys have that little hidden ability. And yeah, Kretch Talivor, he's a slept-on summoner. Has been for a long time. And I would probably not be nearly as happy about it as I am with, as she currently is. I wait for the day that Modern doesn't have Jotun, Kitty, and Llama. Yes! Yes to that, 100%. As much as I'm loving Kitty, and that's, again, like, I feel like there's not enough difference between Modern and Wild because of the fact that they're still available. Like, if Modern had started with Rebellion, then that would be, like, there would never have been a Jotun or a Llama or a Kitty in Modern. And I feel like that would have been a stronger differential. As it is right now, not so much. But it looks like we are just about out of time. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. And I know there's been a good amount of disagreement going on. I hope that I have not, upset or offended anybody. We're all here trying to make this place the best possible. We're all, we all have different ideas on how to make that happen. Oh my God, Aquatis is lower than Dallin? I didn't notice that until just now, but that's surprising to me. Anyway, I have been Rick. You have been on the mountain, and it has been a wonderful time. And thank you so much for joining. I will be on my personal stream tonight at midnight, and I will be following that up right back here on SplinterlandsTV at 2 a.m. Both of those are, of course, Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever the heck time it is right now. But that'll be UTC -5. And in the meanwhile, have a great day and good luck, have fun, win all of your battles.